Welcome back to another CTTV sports podcast. I'm John,
And I'm Hunter.
and we're going to be reacting to this past Sunday and the football that went on and what our predictions are for the Super Bowl. So the Buccaneers beat the Packers in a pretty close game. Uh, it solidified Tom Brady going to his 10th Super Bowl and Aaron Rodgers getting disappointed for another season. Were the Packers robbed? What do you think?
I personally think yes, they were robbed. Honestly, I think if they don't have that holding call that Aaron Rodgers and he goes down and wins that game, I don't know. I just think that shouldn't have been called, especially without all the other stuff not getting called.
I felt bad because like when I remembered about this podcast, like like I thought of you because you're a diehard Packers fan. Were they
Yeah.
robbed? I don't know if they were robbed, but I definitely think they should have been given a chance. I think that holding call was a bad call, or I mean that pass interference because that's what they called, right? They called it a pass interference.
Right.
That was not a pass interference. That was the ball hit the ground 12 yards behind the receiver. It was uncatchable. There was no pass interference there. I think holding was the right call, and then they missed a holding on the offensive line on a Green Bay Packers, so those penalties would have offset, and Green Bay should have gotten the ball back. Do I think they were robbed? I don't think they were robbed. I think they should have been given a chance.
That's true. I don't know. I just feel like that's true because Brady also threw 3 interceptions. They didn't do anything with it. So
I don't understand how I can't name another quarterback that can throw 3 interceptions and still win the game. That just doesn't happen.
it doesn't.
That's some Brady look right there. Um, who do you think is most to blame for the loss?
I gotta do that. Kevin King, the cornerback for the Green Bay man. He just was horrible. Oh my god, he allowed every single touchdown that happened, especially that one before halftime. 8 seconds left, he throws it right down the field. Boom, touchdown.
That was tough.
Absolutely burned.
No, I think Kevin King is probably number one, but I think another one, Devontae Adams had to step up there. I mean, how many drop passes? Was it like three? I think I saw three or four. And
Oh
one
yeah,
of them,
he had two in the end zone too.
yeah, in the end zone. That was tough because that was like he had three chances to get into the end to score a touchdown right there. It was first and goal, second and goal, and third and goal, and they didn't score on any of them. And he dropped one of them and then caught one of them out of bounds, right?
Right.
That was, I think he's one of the guys that you have to look at and say he had to step up there. There was Kevin King was bad. That was bad. That dude needs to be cut immediately. Like I was cringing, but that was I think Devontae Adams was another guy that had to step up, and he just came up short.
I think Aaron Rodgers too. He's honestly to blame. I mean, dude, you get three opportunities off picks and you do 3 points. Three
Right,
points
that's
with
true.
4 yards. That's just horrible.
That's true. I can see that. I didn't think about that. Um, and by the way, Aaron Jones, why did he only touch the ball? Was it 4 carries, 6 carries, something like that?
Oh, he got injured.
Oh, he got injured?
That first play in the second half where they forced that fumble, he had broken ribs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. That explains that.
But the first half, no, he didn't touch the ball, which was just I don't know why either.
Yeah, I did not know that. And then was that Aaron Rodgers' last game as a Packer? What do you
No,
think?
he's not leaving after that. He'll stick around. He might leave out. I don't know. There's a lot of rumors, but I think he'll stay. We just need to sign another receiver. That's all.
I'm I'm kind of torn because I feel like after those comments he made, I don't know. I felt like that was kind of I don't know how to say it, but I don't think that's how he really felt. I don't know why. But something about those comments that he made were what did he say? He said something about like I don't know why I would want to leave or something around like something to that extent. Did he say something like that? If I remember
Yeah,
correctly?
something like that.
I don't know. I feel like that was out of frustration. There was some frustration there to me. I don't know.
For
I
sure.
felt like I don't know if the Packers have shown that they're like over these last few years. Like who was it? Tavon Austin. He was the first round pick that Aaron Rodgers has thrown to in his entire career.
Oh yeah, it's bad.
That's sad. Like that's awful. I don't know what to say about that. If I was Aaron Rodgers, I don't know if I would want to play in Green Bay.
I know, but they're not going to trade him either. I don't think he can force his way out.
Well, he can say, well, if Deshaun Watson's on the trading block, you got Matt Stafford there too. If they would want to trade Aaron Rodgers, they could get somewhat equal value back. Well, not somewhat equal value. Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback in the world, but they wouldn't be in an awful position. Like if you would find a way to get Deshaun Watson, that would be, I think that's probably, if you would have to get rid of Rodgers, that would be your best option.
Oh yeah, they're not going to let him go.
I don't see them letting him go either.
That's what he said after the game when he was saying my future's uncertain and everybody else's. Just maybe those rumors, man. I think he'll stay though. I don't think he leaves.
Yep, I agree. The Chiefs beat the Bills in a pretty lopsided game for the last three quarters. The Chiefs are now going to the Super Bowl for the second consecutive year. Were the Chiefs just the better team? What do you think?
Oh, for sure. I mean, you got Patrick Mahomes, you got Tyreek Hill, you got Travis Kelce. Those are probably all. Patrick Mahomes is one is NQBs, one is Travis Kelce, and then Tyreek's at least top three. So yeah, they're just a better team. I'm sorry, but Diggs is not going to do it all.
Yeah, I think I personally think the Chiefs are the best team in the NFL, and I have them winning next week or in 2 weeks from now. But I don't understand, like, the Chiefs have to be the Chiefs are always going to be the better team, right? But they keep on winning in such narrow games, except for like last week. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, it's because they just don't feel pressure.
Like
they play normal all 60 minutes.
Every game that they play, like, it's always a pretty close game, unless they're playing a team like the Bills. Like when they're playing really good teams, they always show up. But when they're playing like middle of the pack, below average teams, it's always a close game.
Oh yeah,
I don't understand why.
They just feel confident, maybe. And they just go in feeling like we're just gonna crush them, and that doesn't happen.
Yeah, probably.
They still find a way to win every game, though.
Yeah. How did the Bills blow a 9-0 lead that quick?
I mean, shoot, you got Tyreek Hill who could freaking score in one play. You got Patrick Mahomes. I mean, how do you not keep a 9-0 lead against them? I mean, they were down what, double digits every playoff game last year. I mean, it doesn't matter for them. They could be down freaking 20-0. They'll come back.
That's what I was about to say. Like last year, they were down. What was it? They were down 24-0 at the end of the first, right? At the end of the first quarter against the Texans.
Yeah.
Or like halfway through the second quarter. And they came back and won by like 20 points.
Yeah.
That's just insane. Like there's no way the Bills could have won that game. There was no way.
Unless, like, I don't know, Diggs did something amazing, or you could actually stop Patrick Mahomes. I mean, the only reason they could have won that game if he was like 50%, but he looked 100%. He looked amazing.
Mm-hmm. But, I just need to say, Josh Allen needs to step up. Like he threw 50 passes and didn't even have 290 yards. Like that's unacceptable. He had a 60.1 QBR, and you have Patrick Mahomes on the other side of the field. That's bad. You have to have at least, like, if you want a chance against the Chiefs, you have to have at least like an 80 QBR. You can't throw an interception, and you need to have like 3 touchdowns. And he didn't even have 300 yards after throwing 50 passes. Like I can't. That was tough. That's Josh Allen to me is most to blame for that loss when it comes to the Bills.
Oh yeah, I didn't watch most of it, but it's on Josh Allen, man. I mean, if you throw 50 times a game, you throw 300 yards, you throw a couple picks. I mean, you're not going to beat the Chiefs.
Even like the week before, he went 23 for 37, just had 200 yards, had a 50 QBR. Like he needs.
Oh yeah, his defense carried him that game. I mean, that pick six carried him.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, he would have been done.
Yeah, for sure. He really needs to step up when it matters, because he hasn't really shown much of that so far in his career.
Oh, for sure. Especially they should have lost first round of the Colts. The Colts blew that game.
Yep.
The Colts dropped so many touchdowns. I mean, it was just unbelievable. So they should have been a first round exit in my opinion. That's why I don't have them winning anything next year. I think they're a first round exit next year.
I don't know if I can call them a first round exit. I think they'll be back in the AFC Championship. I think when I look at them, I see a guy in Josh Allen who's getting better every year. I see Stephon Diggs and Cole Beasley and what's that third receiver's name that they have? Somebody else. But they have a stacked receiving core. They have a great quarterback. Devin Singletary isn't too bad. They have a really good defense. I can see them going right back next year, especially if they have some guys like Singletary. If he can make a jump, they'll be in a really good spot to me.
That's what they need to work on, man. They need to find someone like an Aaron Jones. They should be signing this offseason. I mean, if they have no run game. Devin Singletary is not going to even get you probably 70 yards. Most games, he can't do anything. They need to go sign someone, and then they'll be there. But I don't think they're going to be there next year.
I'm gonna pick them to go back next year. I think when I make we'll have to see what happens in the offseason.
Yeah.
But bearing anything crazy happens, I can see them going back to the AFC Championship. I don't see why they can't. They have all the pieces. They just need to step up when it matters.
I don't know, man, because I think they're just going to do what they did to Adams. They're just going to double team Diggs every play.
Well, then you got Cole Beasley there. Cole Beasley is like the most underrated player in the NFL. Like, to me, he's the most underrated.
But can he go get you like 100 yards though when it matters?
I think he had 100 yards.
Really?
I think he had, or was it like 90 some or 80 some?
He was hurt that game. I heard he was hurt like a lot of that game. Like he was fighting through something.
I don't know. He's a guy though. He has like he had probably the most underrated season of any wide receiver by far. Like he was overlooked every single week, but he has like more receptions than Metcalf, and he had more touchdowns than like AJ Brown or something like that. Like he had a really good year, and he was getting overlooked a lot. I'm pretty sure he had like 1,100 yards.
Okay. I didn't realize he did that. So maybe they could. I don't know. They just gotta find a running game, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I think that O-line. How good is their O-line? Do they have a good O-line?
Honestly, I don't really think so. I mean, Josh Allen is always running away.
That's true.
That guy. I mean, but he also gets it out so fast. So it's like I don't know.
The Chiefs and the Buccaneers are going back at it in the Super Bowl. Who do you have winning this game?
The Chiefs, man, they are just too dynamic, especially the way they played against Green Bay. I mean, if Brady throws 3 picks, I guarantee Mahomes is going to score a touchdown every single drive. I just think Brady hasn't played that good as people think, like this postseason. I mean, they played pretty close against Washington. I mean, Drew Brees throws 3 picks. If he doesn't throw 3 picks, they lose that game.
Yeah.
Green Bay kind of they just couldn't score off turnovers. So I think Patrick Mahomes, best offense in the league. Unless Brady's got to play a perfect game, they're gonna win.
Yeah. I'm kind of conflicted because that Buccaneers defense has really been able to force turnovers, and that's really what's won them games. I had an argument with my uncle because I was telling him Tom Brady's overrated because Tom Brady in the first game against New Orleans, he could only score on a short field. When he had a long field, it was always 3 and out or like 1 or 2 first downs and then a punt.
Exactly.
It was every time that the defense would force a turnover, that's when he scored. But he could not do it on a long field. And then he comes in last week and he throws 3 picks. And he has 280 yards off of 30 passes. The defense, Shaq Barrett and Jason Pierre-Paul played some of the best football they've played all season. It was I'm conflicted because I don't know how if the Buccaneers defense, if they can force turnovers on Mahomes, I don't see a reason why they can't win. But Mahomes does not turn the ball over much. So for that, I'm gonna pick the Chiefs because I don't see Mahomes making too many mistakes against the Buccaneers team that like thrives off of the other team's mistakes.
Exactly. But even if Mahomes throws like 1 pick, Brady has to throw 0. I mean, if Brady throws 3 picks, Mahomes throws 1, they're going to lose. I mean, you can't just, I don't know. I just think Brady has to play perfect if they're going to win, but the Chiefs, I think, have it easily.
Right. I think how many turnovers did the Buccaneers force against the Saints? Was it like 4 or 5? Because I
Oh,
know
I think
Brady
it
had
was like, yeah, I think there was like one fumble and there was 3 picks by Breeze.
that's the only reason they won. That offense is like
And they
the
got a short field every time too.
Yep.
They were inside the 50 every single time.
Uh-huh.
That's the
Like
problem. Let's say Mahomes turns it over at like their, let's say New England or sorry, Buccaneers 30. I mean, can Brady even go down all the field and do it? I mean,
I don't think he hasn't been able to do that all year. It's always been he's scoring off of shortened fields. That's when he scores. He doesn't score on long fields. And that's something that's uncharacteristic of him based on what we've seen in his career, but it's the new Tom Brady.
exactly.
I have another question for you that's not on here that I just thought about. Oh wait, is it on here? Oh, there it is. Yeah, it is. Anyways, let me go to the second question.
Okay.
Who needs to show up most for a Super Bowl victory from both teams?
Oh, for the Bucks, Brady needs to. Brady cannot throw picks. Brady needs to go down the field and score. He cannot go 3-and-out every time. For the Chiefs, Mahomes just has to play like he's done all season. I honestly say, actually, Tyreek Hill needs to show up. Tyreek Hill needs to play just like last time. If he does, they're going to win easily. But again, they're not going to play man coverage against him because they got exposed. They're just going to zone him. So that I don't know. I think it's going to be down to those two quarterbacks. Whoever plays better is going to win.
I need to go the team that I think needs to show up the most. The players, I can't think of one player. I need to say the Buccaneers secondary has to play the best. They need to be able to play tighter coverage on Tyreek Hill than they did last time because dude had 200 yards and 3 touchdowns in the first quarter.
Exactly.
Like they need you. If that happens again, don't even go to the by halftime. It's over. There's no way you're gonna win.
It's going to be over if he does that again.
There's absolutely no way you win. So the secondary to me has to find a way to contain Tyreek Hill. If they can do that, then the Buccaneers have a really good shot to win. But I can't see them winning if Tyreek Hill puts up anything close to what he did last time. Anything close.
What do you think they got to keep Tyreek under, like yards? How much does he have to do under?
I think you would have to keep him to like at most 110 yards. That's like pushing it. I think if you can keep him under 110, you at least have a shot.
Yeah. What about Kelsey though?
God, that's the tough one because it's so tough. Kelsey just finds the gaps and he's always available for Mahomes.
Exactly. You can guard one, but the other one's going to be open.
That's the toughest part because when Hill has a bad game, Kelsey always ends up having 120 yards.
Exactly. And just like last week, I mean, if they both went for over I think 150. I want to say they both went over 150.
Kelsey had 118, Hill had 172.
Yeah. So they combined for 300 yards.
That's crazy. If you can contain Tyreek Hill, you have a chance. But that Kelsey factor is tough to stop too because there's no way you can guard Kelsey because he finds gaps in any defense. That's his strength because he finds the gap. And do you think that Patrick Mahomes can be the GOAT by the end of his career, passing up Tom Brady or Peyton or whoever you have as greatest quarterback? Can Patrick Mahomes pass him up?
Oh, for sure. I think he can. I mean, the way he's playing right now, I mean, this dude could go to the Super Bowl for the next 5 years.
Right.
I mean, no one can really stop them except the Bills, and the Bills just got destroyed. I don't see any other team stopping them. So yes, I think he can if he starts playing like this. And it doesn't come down to rings. I mean, I don't know how many times Brady has been bailed out to get his rings. And I think Patrick Mahomes will get 5 or maybe even 6 rings. And dude's gonna pass for probably all the records. Gonna have all the touchdown records. He's gonna have everything.
Well, I don't think Mahomes can be the GOAT if he loses in the Super Bowl this year. If he loses to Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, I don't know how he can become the GOAT. I don't think there's a way.
Yeah, that's true, but I don't think he's gonna lose.
If he would lose, there's no way he can be the GOAT. If he would lose Tom Brady, I've been so reluctant to call Tom Brady the greatest quarterback ever. But if he does beat Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl, I don't know how I can say he's not the GOAT. I don't know how I can. There's no argument anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
I would have to call him the GOAT by then because right now I just say it's Peyton Manning, and I might just say that because I really don't like Tom Brady. But if he would win a Super Bowl, if he would win 7 Super Bowls and win Super Bowls with 2 different teams in 10 Super Bowl appearances, it's tough to call him to say he's not the GOAT. Like that's tough.
Yeah, that's true.
But can Patrick Mahomes be the GOAT? Absolutely. If he wins this Sunday and he continues on with this path that he's built for himself, I think his ceiling is to be the Michael Jordan of the NFL.
Oh, for sure.
He can be the greatest football player of all time, like undeniably, for a long period of time. So I think absolutely he could become the GOAT. That's his ceiling.
Oh, for sure. I think he does it. I mean, especially if he wins next Sunday. I mean, there's no way they don't give it to him.
Yeah.
There is no way you don't give it to him. And if he keeps going winning rings, I say if he gets to 4 or 5 rings and has like a bunch of passing records and all that, he's the GOAT.
I think if he can get, let's say he wins this Sunday, so he's at 2 rings, Brady's at 6. If he were to just win another 2 rings and just get some of the passing records, there's like by his 9th or 10th year, you could already call him the GOAT.
Oh, easily. I don't think he's gonna play until Brady plays though. The dude gets hit so much. The dude's gonna have. I'm sorry, but he has a lot of injuries right now.
Tom Brady's like 85 and in the Super Bowl. If like that, there's no way Patrick Mahomes can do that. That's just unheard of.
I'd say he plays till like 30, 37, 38.
Yeah.
Which is still what? Another like what? 13, 12 years for him? He's like 25.
Yeah, that's a scary part. This dude is not even like, he has not even come close to hitting his peak yet.
Where's prime?
His prime, like he's not close to his prime. Like he is just scratching the surface, and he's already like probably the best quarterback in the world. Him and Aaron Rodgers are like close for the best in the world right now.
Oh yeah, that's why I was wishing that Super Bowl would have happened, but it is what it is. I got one more question though. How many rings do you think Mahomes will win at the end of his career?
Well, it's tough because you need to look at, because the league is going to develop, right?
Yeah.
You never know what Trevor Lawrence could become. Trevor Lawrence might be Peyton Manning, but with legs, right? Like if that's the case and he has to go against Jacksonville in his conference for the next 12, 15 years, it's tough to say because I think for me, I would predict that he gets another like 3 rings because I don't think we're going to see another Patrick Mahomes for a while.
Oh, no way.
But I mean, I'm excited. I want to see the way his career plays out. I want to see that dude ball for the next 20 years.
I do too.
I can't wait.
I think he's thinking about right now that he wants to pass Brady.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. One more question. Do you think Brady retires after this year? If let's say he wins on Sunday, does he retire?
Gosh, does he retire? Man,
he wins, gets the 7th ring. Does he just end it?
I don't think he does. I think if Tom Brady's gonna get 7 rings if he wins, right?
Yeah.
Like, what did he say? His favorite ring is the next one.
Something like that.
They were like, which ring is your favorite? And he's like, my favorite ring. Oh, the next one. The next one's the best. Like I think he's gonna continue that, and I think he'll go for like 8 rings if he would win.
You think so?
If he would lose, I don't see him retiring either because he's gonna be hungry.
Oh yeah, no way he retires after he loses. He's not gonna end his career like that.
Dude's gonna have to be like in a wheelchair to make him retire.
Okay, let's say he loses on Sunday. How many years do you think this dude goes? 1 more, 2 more, 3 more?
I think if he loses in the Super Bowl and then like doesn't make the Super Bowl next year, I think he should retire. I think he's done. Because at that point, you're not going to have the same legacy of like just continuously winning.
Yeah. I think if he wins, he should retire. I think he should call it. I mean, that's 70% win in the Super Bowl. You'd be 7-10. Or sorry, 7 wins out of 10 times playing. I mean, that's just insane.
Mm-hmm.
I think you got to lock it up like that. Go out like Peyton Manning did. Because there's no guarantee. I mean, they'll be there next year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I think if I were Brady, though, like I think Tom Brady's going to, if he would win a Super Bowl, I don't see him. I think he would want to run it back.
Run it back, really?
I think I think just his mindset would not let him retire after winning. You just want more, no matter how much he's already won.
That's true, and their division is going to be bad next year too, so that'll be an easy division title.
Yeah, that's true.